the Historic Hopewell Foundation. There'll be somebody at the back table to give you information and to take your payment if you would like to do that. So consider that, because it's a very worthy organization. And this is sponsored by Historic Hopewell Foundation. So welcome. Today we have the press gang. These are pirates singing sea shanties. They sing shanties from the 1700s and 1800s, and this group was founded in 2004. They're songs from the 1600s, Civil War, and Victorian music era. I didn't do a very good job introducing, but my apologies. They are fun. You're going to learn a lot about the life of a pirate and a lot about music, so enjoy. The press gang.
Thank you. Good. I'm going to try this without my mic. I've got a big voice, so you'll have to let me know if you cannot hear me. We are the press gang from Chester and Hopewell, Virginia. We have a couple of members who unfortunately cannot be here today. So the three of us are going to charge on, and the show must go on. So we're going to have some fun with this. Today we're going to teach you all about a little bit about piracy, a little bit about life as a pirate, but we're going to do more than anything, share sea shanties with you. And the sea shanties are songs of work that men would do on sailing ships back in the 16, 17, and early 1800s. We are dressed authentically as you would see a pirate come to town. Now, if you look at my outfit, you can tell I've coming to town because I have my shoes and socks on. I do not wear shoes and socks on my ship because the ship has a wooden deck. And if you look at the costumes, let me pull these shoes off. These shoes, I had these made for me. And these are made the way shoes were 300 years ago. When I first got them, they were straight shoes, meaning both sides were identical. And you're supposed to wear them and switch them each day. Well, that was really uncomfortable. So I wore them until they became right and left. But if you look, I wear a horseshoe on the bottom of my shoe. And I do that because it makes the shoe last longer. This is the most expensive piece of clothing a man had back then. And I don't know if you can tell it or not, these shoes are nailed together. And yes, they really are nailed together. You have to have them patched every now and then because of that. But see, a man the only time he wore, if he was a pirate or a sailor, you didn't wear your shoes unless you were on shore. Because on a wooden deck, you've got nails in your shoes, you've got horseshoes, you would slip and break your neck. Right, that's right. And I also did not wear my hat on board my ship because it would blow off and it'd be gone. But I always had my head covered because, needless to say, if you work in the sun, you're going to have a blistered, messed up head if you didn't keep it covered at all times. Well, enough of that for the moment. We want to start off by singing a couple of sea shanties for you. And we're going to start with one called Alabama John Cherokee. All the songs we sing, as I said, are either work songs or they're folksy songs. The work song, this one is a capstan shanty. The capstan is the windlass that comes out of the center of the ship. You put poles in it and walk around it to raise and lower the anchor or whatever. And it's designed to keep a steady beat so the men would walk according to this song. And it goes like this. John Cherokee was an Indian man, Alabama John Cherokee. He ran away every time he can. Alabama John Cherokee, way hey ho, hum. Alabama John Cherokee, way hey ho, hum. Alabama John Cherokee, they put him on a Yankee ship. Alabama John Cherokee, he gave the boss the slip. Alabama John Cherokee, way hey yo, hum. Alabama John Cherokee, way hey yo, hum. Alabama John Cherokee, caught him again and chained him tight. Alabama John Cherokee, they starved him many a day and night. Alabama John Cherokee, way hey yo, hum. Alabama John Cherokee, way hey yo, hum. Alabama John Cherokee, nothing to eat and nothing to drink. Alabama John Cherokee, he fell dead at the boss's feet. Alabama John Cherokee, way hey yo. Alabama John Cherokee, way hey yo. Alabama John Cherokee, buried him by the old gatepost. Alabama John Cherokee, very same day you could see his ghost. Alabama John Cherokee, way hey yo. Alabama John Cherokee, way hey yo. Alabama John Cherokee. Now thank you. If you listen again to the beat of that song, you can see the men walking around the capstan keeping that steady beat, which means they're all working together and the work goes easier. Now the next song we want to do for you is the oldest song we sing. This is from the late 1600s. This is called Ben Baxter.
It's a great song.
It is a marvelous song. And I will put on my glasses for this one because the prints are very little. But Ben Baxter, well, it tells the story, and this is a folksal shanty, which means it's one that tells a story. It isn't necessarily for work. But listen to the story of Ben Baxter. Ben Baxter was our bosun, a very merry boy, for no one half so merrily could pipe all hands ahoy. And when unto his summons we did not well attend, no lad than he more merrily could handle the ropes and could handle the ropes and could handle the ropes and sing it. Chip chow cherry chow, follow riddle little loud. Chip chow cherry chow, follow run lay. Chip chow cherry chow, follow riddle little loud. Chip chow cherry chow, follow run lay. While sailing once our captain, who was a jolly dog, served out to all the company a double whack of grog. Then Baxter he got tipsy, all to his heart's content. And he being half seas overboard, right overboard he went. Right overboard he went. Right overboard he went. Sing it! Chip chow cherry chow, follow riddle little loud. Chip chow cherry chow, follow run away. Chip chow cherry chow, follow riddle little loud. Chip chow cherry chow, follow run away. A shark was on the starboard bow, and sharks no man can stand, for they do grapple everything just like them sharks on land. We heaving out some tackling to give his life some hope, but as the shark bit off his head, he could not see the rope. He couldn't see the rope. He couldn't see the rope. Sing it! Chip chow cherry chow, follow riddle little loud. Chip chow cherry chow, follow run away. Chip chow cherry chow, follow riddle little loud. Chip chow cherry chow, follow run away. Without a head his ghost appeared upon the briny lake. He piped all hands ahoy and cried, lads, warning by me take. By drinking grog I lost my life, and you my fate could meet. Never mix your rum, me lads, always drink it neat. Yes, always drink it neat. Yes, always drink it neat. Sing it! Chip chow cherry chow, follow riddle little loud. Chip chow cherry chow, follow run away. Chip chow cherry chow, follow riddle little loud. Chip chow cherry chow, follow run away. Chip chow cherry chow, follow riddle little loud. Chip chow cherry chow, follow run away. Chip chow cherry chow, follow riddle little loud. Chip chow cherry chow, follow run away. Does anyone here know what grog is? Really? I'm shocked. I know you know. You know
Well,
too.
it's an alcohol. I mean,
Uh,
it's a drink like me.
Grog was drunk by the sailors from the mid 1600s through about, I guess, 17, 20, 30,
Still.
40, 80. The water on board ship, it was stored in barrels, and the water would go bad, and it would make you sick. So they learned to mix it 2 parts water and 1 part rum, and the alcohol killed the germs. And so as a sailor, you drank this all the time. You had either beer or grog all the time. And so naturally sailors became alcoholics. But it did kill the germs, and that's a good thing. So Now, this next one is all about, this is a whaling song, and this is from the Northeast. It's called Blow Ye Winds. And it tells the story of going after the sperm whale and what happens when the sperm whale wins. So, 'tis advertised in Boston, New York, and Buffalo, 500 brave sailormen a whaling for to go. Sing it! Blow your winds in the morning and blow your winds high-ho. Haul away your running gear and blow, boys, blow. They'll send you to New Bedford, that famous whaling port. Give you to some land sharks to bird and fit you out. Sing it! Blow your winds in the morning and blow your winds high-ho. Haul away your running gear and blow, boys, blow. It's now we're out to sea, me boys, the wind is out to blow. One half the watch is sick on deck, the other half below. Singing, blow your winds in the morning and blow your winds high-ho. Haul away your running gear and blow, boys, blow. The skipper's on the quarter deck a-squinting at the sails. When up aloft the lookout sights a bleeding full of whales. Singing, blow your winds in the morning and blow your winds high-ho. Haul away your running gear and blow, boys, blow. Now clear away the boats, me boys, and after him we'll travel. 'Cause if you get too near his fluke, he'll kick you to the devil. Singing, blow your winds in the morning and blow your winds high-ho. Haul away your running gear and blow, boys, blow. And now that our ship is full and we don't give a damn, we'll bend on all our stunt sails and sail for Yankee land, singing, blow your winds in the morning and blow your winds high-ho. Haul away your running gear and blow, boys, blow. Haul away your running gear and blow, boys, blow. There we go. This next song, Bully in the Alley, is it's interesting because the bully, everybody thinks we're talking about a bully, somebody can beat you up or something like that. And we're not. A bully is a type of windlass. And a bully in the alley is something that is you tie you up and you lift weights and so on with. If you're the bully in the alley, you're the guy who's never seen doing all the work. So you don't want to be the bully in the alley, but it's just fun to... this guy talks all about the girl he loves and about how he just woos her and wants her to be his lady. And she's like, we'll see. Help me, boys, I'm bully in the alley. Way, hey, bully in the alley. Help me, boys, I'm bully in the alley. Bully down in Shinbone Alley. Well, Sally is the girl that I love dearly. Way, hey, bully in the alley. Sally is the girl that I splice nearly. Bully down in Shinbone Alley. Well, help me, boys, I'm bully in the alley. Way, hey, bully in the alley. Help me, boys, I'm bully in the alley. Bully down in Shinbone's alley. I gave her silks, I gave her laces. Way, hey, bully in the alley. I took her out to such fine places. Bully down in Shinbone Alley. So help me, boys, I'm bully in the alley. Way, hey, bully in the alley. Help me, boys, I'm bully in the alley. Bully down in Shinbone Alley. For 7 long years I courted Sally. Way, hey, bully in the alley. All she did was dilly-dally. Bully down in Shinbone Alley. So help me, boys, I'm bully in the alley. Way, hey, bully in the alley. Help me, boys, I'm bully in the alley. Bully down in Shinbone Alley. Well, I'll leave Sal and I'll be a sailor. Way, hey, bully in the alley. I'll leave Sal and I'll ship aboard a whaler. Bully down in Shinbone Alley. Well, help me, boys, I'm bully in the alley. Way, hey, bully in the alley. Help me, boys, I'm bully in the alley. Bully down in Shinbone Alley. Carl! song. Now,
Oh, no, you gotta do.
we're doing this, but then we're going to talk about pirates more.
Okay.
Cape Cod, of course, in the late 1600s, early 1700s, was the whaling port in the United States. It also was the largest fish landing place because of the codfish. You would go out to the Grand Banks and catch all sorts of codfish and bring them back. So if you were from Cape Cod, you got made fun of. And they said, everything, you guys don't have anything. You don't have a wagon, you took codfish. You don't have something to comb your hair with, it's codfish bones. Everything's codfish. So this is a song, and it's a pump shanty. So the idea is that the great pumps were going to get the water out. And by the way, if you were on a wooden ship, every single day, hours a day, the pumps worked because your ship always leaked at least a little bit. So this is one of the shanties they use for the pumps, and you'll hear the beat to it. But listen to all the funny things they think if you live in Cape Cod, well, you don't have. Instead, you have something with a codfish. Cape Cod girls ain't got no combs. Heave away, heave away. They comb their hair with codfish bones. Heave away, heave away, heave away. My bully, bully boys, heave away, heave away. Heave away, why don't you make some noise? And we're bound for Australia. Cape Cod boys ain't got no sleds. Heave away, heave away. They slide downhill on codfish heads. Heave away, heave away, heave away. My bully, bully boys, heave away, heave away, heave away. Why don't you make some noise? And they're bound for Australia. Cape Cod cats ain't got no tails. Heave away, heave away. They all blew off on Cape Cod gales. Heave away, heave away, heave away. My bully, bully boys, heave away, heave away, heave away. Why don't you make some noise? And we're bound for Australia. Cape Cod ducks ain't got no pills. Heave away, heave away. They feed their children, they feed their patients codfish gills. Heave away, heave away. Heave away, my bully, bully boys. Heave away, heave away, heave away. Why don't you make some noise? And we're bound for Australia. Cape Cod moms don't bake no pies. Heave away, heave away. They feed their children codfish eyes. Heave away, heave away, heave away. My bully, bully boys. Heave away, heave away, heave away. Why don't you make some noise? And we're bound for Australia. Now, the job of a shantyman on board a wooden sailing ship was to keep up the morale, and he really helped the men work, like if you're doing the pumps. Now, we sang that shanty in about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes. He could keep that song going for 20, 30 minutes or until the work was done. And the idea was you could hear the Cape Cod boys ain't got no, you can hear the rhythm of doing the pumps. But a shantyman could literally make that, he'd make stuff up. And then he might stop singing about Cape Cod, he might sing about Charleston. Or he might sing about Hopewell, whatever, And whatever that place was known for, they made fun of it. Now, we are going to talk some more about pirates in a second, but to do that, we have to put you in the mood for this. This is probably the best known sea shanty there is, which is Drunken Sailor. And yes, it was a real sea shanty. And this was a shanty that would be used either the pumps or the capstan shanty, and because of the beat, the rapid beat of the song. So we're going to have some fun with this, and John will go me, you, then Patty, and just you for that. Okay, here we go. What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning. Way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises early in the morning.
Put him in a longboat till he's sober.
Put him in a longboat till he's sober. Put him in a longboat till he's sober early in the morning. Way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises early in the morning.
Put him in the scuppers with the hosepipe on him.
Put him in the scuppers with the hosepipe on him. Put him in the scuppers with the hosepipe on him early in the morning. Way hey and up she rises. Way hey and up she rises. Way hey and up she rises early in the morning. Shave his belly with a rusty razor. Shave his belly with a rusty razor. Shave his belly with a rusty razor early in the morning. Way hey and up she rises. Way hey and up she rises. Way hey and up she rises early in the morning.
Put him in the bed with the captain's daughter.
Put him in the bed with the captain's daughter. Put him in the bed with the captain's daughter early in the morning. Way hey and up she rises. Way hey and up she rises. Way hey and up she rises early in the morning.
You've never seen the captain's daughter.
You've never seen the captain's daughter. You've never seen the captain's daughter early in the morning. Way hey and up she rises. Way hey and up she rises. Way hey and up she rises early in the morning. That's what you do with a drunken sailor. That's what you do with a drunken sailor. That's what you do with a drunken sailor early in the morning. Way hey and up she rises. Way hey and up she rises. Way hey and up she rises early in the morning. Let's talk a little bit about pirates for a minute. We talked about how I look and why I'm dressed the way I am. By the way, ladies, you'll love this. This is a haversack, a necessities bag. Yes, it's a man purse. Back in the day, I have breeches on. There are no pockets in my pants. Only wealthy people had pockets because it cost a lot of money to put them in. So most people had no pockets, and everybody had a haversack to put their stuff in and carry it around. So you'll notice that I'm wearing a bright blue shirt. Most clothing back in the day, and again I'm talking 300, 350 years ago, was dull. It was tan, it was brown, it was whitish. And the reason it wasn't bright colored is it cost so much money to dye clothes. And you had to either dye it yourself or pay someone to dye it for you. And that cost money. So as a sailor, as a pirate, I would have boring, this is actually made of sailcloth, beaten sailcloth. So I'd have boring pants, and I usually had a shirt just about matched it. Well, you notice I got a blue shirt because I stole it off one of the people we captured as a pirate. I'm showing you, look at me, I've got some money. I've got a bright blue shirt. I have a beautiful red woman's scarf around my waist just to show you the bright colors that I've got, which means I'm somebody because I got some money. So now, Patty, you want to come on out here? We do want to show you how a woman pirate would have dressed. And yes, there were women pirates.
Yes.
Anne Bonny, Mary Read are two of the most famous. If you really want a cool one to look up, Grace O'Malley, she's real. In the late 1500s, she had 50 ships under her command from Ireland. She married a pirate. When he died, the crew so admired her because she was so tough and such a good leader, they elected her captain. And all the other pirate ships were like, man, all their people are surviving and they're getting money. Let's join her. She ended up with 50 ships.
Tell them about the Chinese.
Oh, the Ching. Have you ever seen Pirates of the Caribbean? It's the second or third movie. The one that has they're trying to elect a pirate king and all the captains come in. You remember the Chinese woman who's the captain of a Chinese junk? That is Ching. I can never say her name. Like Ching Pai something. And she ended up with literally 500 pirate ships under her command in China. Most of them were what they call local ships, meaning you'd see a ship coming by and a sloop would come charging out and board you and steal your stuff. Over 500. So she was real. When you see her on the movie, it's like, oh, that's a real person, which is kind of fun. Okay, so Patty is dressed as a female pirate would be, and let me give you the microphone so they can make sure.
No. Can
Okay.
you all hear me? Good.
Retired kindergarten teacher. She can be heard.
Yeah, I got to teach that. The female pirates, there were females. Women were looked on as bad luck on a ship.
For obvious reasons. No. men would fight over them.
Oh, yeah. So the women would probably try to catch the eye of the captain. So they'd leave. But they had to be, you never wanted to be one woman on a ship. But they had to be the toughest of all to keep men, cover your ears, to keep the men off of them. So, and they also wanted to be friends with the captain. So this is a chemise. Every woman wore a chemise. Men, they don't know anything. The women wore the chemise. This was your nightgown. This was your slip. You didn't take it off. If you ever got a chance to take a bath, which we didn't, you would take it with the chemise because it was so nasty by then. The women would want to prove that they're as good as the men. So you would wear clothes that I can climb the rigging as well. I'm fancy dressed for you all because I'm wearing my shoes and socks. The fanciest thing we had were socks, as you notice. The socks were the big thing. The women and the material that they got was taken by the pirates. A lot of them cotton material because, you know, in America, they had they imported the clothes from England, or not clothes, material from England. So the clothes in America were hand woven and not half as good as the English would have it. But anyway, so I'm wearing what they call slops, and men and women would wear these slops. They look like culottes, but men and women would wear them over their pants so their pants didn't get torn up by climbing up the rigging. Also, it's easier to climb up the rigging if you're barefoot. Your toes are holding on for dear life. The women also fought alongside the men, and to prove that they were also the pirate who could share in the booty that they got. So the women hold their weight. I know you all aren't surprised, but the women hold their weight. So let's see. So I wore a corset. My corset this time, it has a couple of whale bones, but the women wore a corset with whale bones, and the whale bones are terribly uncomfortable, but they help support your back with any of the work that you're doing. I'm not going to wear a long skirt because I can't climb the rigging or do the work on the ship without slops, and a long skirt wouldn't. And I can't fight in a long skirt either. So anyway, hey, we were talking fighting.
Well, let's show them a little bit. What
The guns that you see are one shot. They're not dependable because this isn't rifled. So the musket ball goes up and down, and when it comes out, it can go up or when it comes down.
Literally, if you
so you have
shoot
to be
the back door, I might miss it half the time.
Point blank for it to really do any good, and to be sure that I don't miss him. So you had a gun and you would carry a bunch of shot on your person, but have to reload and mash it down and stuff. So it's easier to just get a sword and fight with the sword. So, if you want to show them how they would fight?
This is the primary weapon that pirates and of folks who were sailors in the 1700s used. This is a cutlass. And this is a real reproduction of a cutlass 1720. It has a remarkable amount of weight on it. It weighs right at 6 pounds. And they're short. And the reason they're short is because all the rigging. As you're swinging your sword, you don't want your sword to get caught in the rigging. So you want it to be nice and short. And Patty, let's get right over here.
Yeah, this is also called a short sword.
Good. Come on, Patty.
His cutlass is not sharp. This is, as you can tell, this is pretty sharp, which is why I had it all tied up.
Come on up. Stand
Okay.
here. In the movies, they show raise your arms like this. Raise your arms like that.
With
they
you and
show
a sword, this worries me.
they show people being stabbed through. That almost never happened, primarily because the swords had to be razor sharp to be able to do that. So usually when they fought, the idea was to put you out of commission. I didn't care if I killed you. I wanted you so you could not fight and hurt me. So if we're fighting like this, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to hit her clavicle. There's a shoulder bone, and right here is your collarbone. I want to break that. If I can break that collarbone, you can't raise your arm.
And then I
And so
can't
I'm going to
fight.
come down and actually slash as hard as I can here, hard. I want to cut her, but I want to break that bone. And if she does,
And then I can't raise my arm.
and she's going to drop her weapon and kneel and give. And if she surrenders, and she has to then stay in a kneeling position where she surrendered, no one can harm her. But if she picks a weapon back up, so you have to make sure you surrender properly.
Also talk about the cover.
Now, this is the bell of the cutlass. And if Patty's trying to cut my hand, you can slide it down and hit that bell. I mean, she can hit that all she wants so that my hand's protected, which is great. And when you fight in close, you actually often held it like this. Just go ahead and swing at me here. And the idea is you blocked and then hit. These became like brass knuckles.
Brass knuckles.
And this is a pummel. And the pummel you would hit and then come in underneath the nose and it would kill you. But so these were close hand-to-hand combat weapons. The other thing they did was nasty. Everybody had a fighting knife. And it was usually kept behind you. And the idea was that if we're fighting and she and I were evenly matched and I'm afraid she's going to beat me, while I've got her blocked, I'm going to pull my fighting knife up and I'm going to come in and up. And this is kept as sharp as I possibly can. So this is the weapon that does most of the damage. The other thing about the pistol, it's one-shot wonder, but it's also a really nice hammer.
Yeah.
If you need to hit somebody on the head with it, go
See,
for
I
it.
can make a club.
So that's the primary way that they fought. There's one other thing I want to tell you about fighting. Can you put this back in the scabbard for me? Don't stab me, dear. I know I've been bad, but don't stab me. So,
How much you love me.
a lot. This much. One arm fisherman. It was this big. You still okay. There we go.
John, wait a second.
She can't get it in. All right.
Well, no, I got it in.
Oh, you got to snap it. We keep snaps on our knives because kids, when we reenact at a pirate festival, kids will come by and pull our knives. And I mean, they don't mean any harm, but it's like, guys, that's right. Yeah, it hurts. We make sure they cannot pull it out, and that's a good thing. The other thing I want to talk to you about, and I bet you a lot of you know this, but
Oh,
you've seen a pirate in his eye patch. Let me take my hat off. That's okay. I'll tell them about that.
Oh.
Now, why would a pirate wear an eye patch? He could have a boo-booed eye, a missing eye. It could be damaged. There's another reason. This is cool, and this is real. Usually pirate ships were not as big as the ships they were fighting. They were sloops, had maybe 80, 90 men on board. And the idea was that I wanted to get as close to you as I possibly can. So, if you're an English ship, you're flying the English flag, I fly an English flag. And we're friends. Hi, good to see you. If you're a French flag, we're flying a French flag. And I'll find one of my pirate buddies that can speak French to be out on deck. As soon as we get close, real close, I run down the Union Jack or whatever, and up goes my pirate flag. And by then, a sloop is much faster than most of the big ships. I can come in against you and we can swarm over the sides and capture your ship. Now, I'm going to have about 10 men and women who have an eye patch on, even though their eyes are fine. And the reason is, when you come up over the sides and we're busy fighting, I have about 10, 12 of my crew that are going to go below decks, and they are going to fight whatever crew's down there. If you've ever been on a sailing vessel in the middle of the day below decks, it's dark, even in the middle of the day. So if my men go and women go steaming below deck to fight who's ever down there, they can't, their eyes haven't adjusted to the darkness. So as you run down the stairs or down the however you're getting below decks, you flip your eye patch up. This eye has adjusted to darkness, and you're not at a disadvantage in the coming sword fight. Isn't that wild? And it works. Mythbusters actually did a whole thing on, is this real? Yeah, it is. And it works. So that's pretty cool. A couple of fun things about the pirate flags. Every captain had his own flag. This is Jack Ractham's flag, and it's the most famous, the Jolly Roger. It's the most famous flag there was. The flag that keeps falling down over here is mine. I'm known as Graybeard the Pirate. And this is my flag, and the burning skull on the burning anchor. And what the job of the flag is to scare you to death. I get close to you, all of a sudden I bring down my English flag, I send up my pirate flag, and you go, oh no, it's Jack Rackham. I don't want him to capture us, because I don't want them to hurt us. Well, what Jack Rackham's flag means is, if you fight us, if you surrender, you're good. But if you don't surrender, we're going to cut off your head and make it into a skull. That's what that says. Mine's even worse. It says I'm going to burn your head. But the idea is I want you scared to death because you will surrender. And if you surrendered, generally I'm not going to hurt you because, I want people to know, oh, if I surrendered, I'm not going to get hurt. But if you fight me, my men and gals might get injured, and then, man, I'm going to be mad, and I'm going to hurt you.
Tell them about Blackbeard.
Oh, Blackbeard, oh my goodness. Blackbeard, okay, a couple quick things about Blackbeard. Does everybody know that Blackbeard had his headquarters down at Ocracoke Island in south of Cape Hatteras? That's where he was headquartered most of the time that he was on the east coast of the United States. He was the youngest son of Lord Teach from England. His name was Edward Teach. Back in those days, again, we're talking late 1600s, early 1700s, if you were the oldest son, you got everything. You got the title, you got the castle, you got the land, you got everything. You're the second son, you got a good position. You might be a general in the army, or you might get to be a first mate or a lieutenant on a ship. If you were the third son, you got nothing. Oh, by the way, if you were a daughter, you got nothing.
If you were a wife,
you got nothing.
You got nothing, unless he put it in his will.
That's exactly right.
So
awful. But at any rate, so Edward Teach, Blackbeard, got nothing. He needed a job. He joined the Navy, and he became a midshipman, and he thought it was the boringest, most job in the world. So when England was fighting France, everybody know what a privateer is? Okay, a privateer is a regular ship owned by you. Maybe it's 90 feet long or whatever. And the king gives you a letter of marque. A letter of marque means you can capture any French ship you want, and you get to keep half the profit. The other half goes to the government. Well, this is a great way to make money if you've got a ship and you're willing to put a couple of cannons on the deck and train some of your sailors, and you become a privateer. It means legally being a pirate. But you can only attack, like if I'm fighting France, you can only attack French ships. Well, as soon as France and England signed their treaty and they made peace, Blackbeard didn't want to go back to being a nobody. So he swiped the ship and came to the United States. And he was a pirate for, well, I'll tell you in a minute, but I'll let you guess. During his time as a pirate, he captured over 40 ships. He captured the port of Charleston and held it hostage because he needed medicine. And they wouldn't give him any, so he captured the port and said, fine, nothing's coming in, nothing's coming out until you give me medicine. And they did. The other thing he did is he actually landed 300 of his sailors, and they attacked and captured a fort down in Florida. So just incredible. Any ideas how long Blackbeard was a pirate? 18 months. 18 months. Everybody's like, oh, 20 years. Nope. 18 months. And this guy was one of the meanest, nastiest humans you've ever met. He was 6'2", weighed around 250 pounds, at a time when the normal man was 5'4", and weighed like 130. Okay? So he was a monstrous man. He had a big beard. He braided his beard, and he stuck slow-burning matches inside the braids. He would light them and blow them out, and they would smolder. So if he came over the deck of your ship, he looked like the devil himself. Smoke coming up all around his face. He was huge. He had a bandolier and would have 6 pistols stuck in it. He had his cutlass, his fighting knife. People would just take one look at him and just say, fine, take it all. Just go, take it. And they were smart because he was known. He was one of the guys that they would say would kill everybody on the ship, except he never did, because you always need to leave one person to tell the tale. So next time you see Blackbeard's flag, just surrender. So he always left at least one person alive. He was so nasty, he hurt his own people. Israel Hands was a man who was a navigator on one of the ships that Blackbeard captured. He was a navigator, and Blackbeard had lost his navigator to sickness. So he said, Israel, you are my navigator. And Israel said, I don't want to be a pirate, no way. And he said, fine. And he cocked his pistol and said, come in. And Israel said, oh, okay, I'm your navigator. He didn't want to be, but he was. And Blackbeard had a habit on Saturday nights, and I'm sure it was more than just Saturday night, of having a party in his cabin. They'd drink and play cards and carry on. And every now and then, he'd have his lieutenants blow out the candles in the cabin. And everybody was in there knew, get out of the cabin now, if he did that. And this one time, Israel Hands had joined their crew, and they blew out, at Blackbeard's signal, they blew out the candles. Everybody charged for the door, except Israel Hands. He's like, what's going on? Blackbeard takes 2 flintlock pistols, crosses them under the table, and fires them. One just went into the side of the wall. The second one hit poor Israel Hands in the right knee and shattered his kneecap. He did recover, but he never could walk again. But it saved his life. You see, when Lieutenant Maynard, from Virginia, by the way, Governor Spotswood sent him, killed Blackbeard and captured his crew. There were 18 or 19 crew members brought back to Hampton that were tried for piracy. All of them were sentenced to death by hanging, except Israel Hands, because they knew he'd been put into service against his will, and Blackbeard had shattered his knee, and they forgave him, and he was able to go and live a life because wasn't his fault that he had been made a pirate. So if anybody tells you Blackbeard wasn't a mean guy, meanest guy there was. And huge, and he loved the ladies. He got married, we know of, at least 9 times. Never divorced any of them.
Right, including the daughter of the governor of
North Carolina.
Which is why he didn't.
See, Blackbeard was terrorizing North Carolina shipping, and all the people went to the governor of North Carolina and said, for God's sake, let's get the Royal Navy out here and get Blackbeard. And he said, that's not Blackbeard, it's Jack Rackham that's causing you the problem. Because Blackbeard married his daughter and was paying him off. So they all went to Virginia, including a lot of Virginia people that own ships, and said, please help us capture Blackbeard. And Governor Spotswood said, okay. And he sent 2 ships under Lieutenant Maynard, and he had an epic battle with Blackbeard in Ocracoke, and Blackbeard was killed right off of Ocracoke Island. You can actually go, they call it Teach's Hole, and you can go and see where this actually happened. And they found Queen Anne's Revenge last year. I don't know if you saw that, but they've actually found Queen Anne's Revenge, and they are starting to excavate as much of it as they can. So that's pretty cool. Okay, sorry about that. Let us sing some more. I could talk pirates all day long. Now we're going to sing you a song, good pirate song. It's called Call For Me, Grog. Now remember, Grog is 1 part rum, 2 parts water. All right. And the other thing pirates loved to drink, well, besides beer, was gin. So, and it's all for me grog, me jolly, jolly grog. It's all gone for beer and tobacco. Well, I spent up all me tin with the lassies drinking gin. and across the western ocean I must wander. Oh, where are my boots, me noggy boots? They're all gone for beer and tobacco, for the hills are all worn out, and me toes are kicked about, and me soles are looking out for better weather, and it's all for me grog, me jolly grog. It's all gone for beer and tobacco. Well, I spent up all me tin with the lassies drinking gin, and across the western ocean I must wander. Oh, where is me shirt, me noggy shirt? It's all gone for beer and tobacco, for the collar's all worn out and the sleeves are torn about, and me tail is looking out for better weather, and it's all for me grog, me jolly grog. It's all gone for beer and tobacco. Well, I spent up all me tin with me lassies drinking gin, and across the western ocean I must wander. Oh, where is my wife?
Here.
Me noggy wife.
Here.
She's all gone for beer and tobacco. Well, her cooking is all done, and she isn't any fun. Now I'm looking out for better weather, and it's all for me grog, me jolly grog. It's all gone for beer and tobacco. Well, I spent up all me tin with the lassies drinking gin, and across the western ocean I must wander. Oh, where is my bed, me noggy bed? It's all gone for beer and tobacco. Well, I lent it to the boys, now the springs they all make noise, and the sheets are looking out for better weather, and it's all for me grog, me jolly grog. It's all gone for beer and tobacco. Well, I spent up all me tin with the lassies drinking gin, and across the western ocean I must wander. Well, I'm sick in the head, and I haven't been to bed since first I came ashore with all my plunder. I see centipedes and snakes, and I'm filled with pains and aches, and across the western ocean I must wander, and it's all for me grog, me jolly grog. It's all gone for beer and tobacco, for I spent up all me tin with the lassies drinking gin, and across the western ocean I must wander. That's a fun song. And that's another, again, the rapid beat. That is primarily a pump shanty. Again, you get bum, 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 bum. You get the idea. Now, this next song John's going to lead us in. This is Essequibo River, or Essequibo. I never do say it right. You say it right. Essequibo. Okay, sorry about that. River. And that is a river in South America that for a long time was considered if you were an Essequibo sailor, you were something, because it was so hot and snakes and so you were the best sailors there were. So this is a sea shanty that if you listen to the beats a little bit slower, and this is what they call long haul shanty.
Essequibo River is the king of rivers all.
Politana, we are somebody, ho.
Essequibo River is the king of rivers all.
Politana, we are somebody, ho. Somebody, oh, somebody, ho. Politana, we are somebody, ho. Somebody, oh, somebody, ho. Politana, we are somebody, ho.
Essequibo sailors is the king of sailors all.
Politana, we are somebody, ho.
Essequibo sailors is the king of sailors all.
Politana, we are somebody, ho. Somebody, oh, somebody, ho. Politana, we are somebody, oh. Somebody, oh, somebody, oh. Politana, we are somebody, oh.
Essequibo women is the queens of women's all.
Politana, we are somebody, oh.
Essequibo women is the queens of women's all.
Politana, we are somebody, oh. Somebody, oh, somebody, oh. Politana, we are somebody, oh. Somebody, oh, somebody, oh. Politana, we are somebody, oh.
Essequibo River is the king of rivers all.
Bully ta-na-na, we are somebody, oh.
Essequibo River is the king of rivers, oh.
Bully ta-na-na, we are somebody, oh. Somebody, oh, somebody, oh, somebody. Bully ta-na-na, we are somebody, oh. Somebody, oh, somebody, somebody. Bully ta-na-na, we are somebody, oh. Tear off. Good job, John. Now, you noticed that I came in on the very last verse. Somebody, oh, somebody, oh, somebody. Actually, the shantymen would not have done that. The bosun would have, because the bosun's in charge of the work. So if they're pulling on the big ropes to raise the sails or whatever, when he goes, somebody, he's saying, at the end of this chorus, the work's done. Stop. So that's why you didn't hear me do that any other time, because the work wasn't finished. Okay, what do we got next here? Oh my goodness. Now, this is just, I love this song, short story. Heart of Oak is Anchors Away to the British Sailor, okay? It is the most beloved song by the British Navy. Patty and I had the opportunity, gosh, I guess about 8 years ago, to go to England for 3 weeks. And when we went to Portsmouth, I got to stand on the Victory, which is the Victory is the flagship of Lord Nelson. And it was the greatest hero, naval hero, Trafalgar, the whole business there ever was from England. And he was shot on board deck during the Battle of Trafalgar, and he died below decks, but he was shot on deck. I stood on the spot he was shot and sang the song. What was really cool was they have British Navy personnel that are on duty on that ship at all times, night, day, any times. And all the men and women started singing with me. And it was like, oh, this is so cool. So this is about the year of 1804. And Britain has had a really good year. They've beaten the French. They've done all these good things. And this is about that. Come cheer up, me lads, 'tis glory we steer, to add something more to this wonderful year. To honor we call you, not press you like slaves. For who lives so free as the son of the waves? Heart of oak are our ships, heart of oak are our men. We always are ready, steady, boys, steady. We'll fight and we'll conquer again and again. We ne'er see our foes, but we wish them to stay. They never see us, but they wish us away. If they run, we will follow and drive them ashore. And if they won't fight us, what can we do more? Heart of oak are our ships, heart of oak are our men. We always are ready, steady, boys, steady. We'll fight and we'll conquer again and again. They swear they'll invade us, these terrible foes. They frighten our women, our children, our beaus. But should their flat bottoms in darkness get over, still Britons they'll find to receive them on shore. Heart of oaks are our ships, heart of oaks are our men. We always are ready, steady, boys, steady. We'll fight and we'll conquer again and again. We'll still make them run and we'll still make them sweat, in spite of the devils in Brussels Gazette. Then cheer up, me lads, with one voice let us sing. Our sailors, our soldiers, our statesmen, our king. Heart of oak are our ships, heart of oak are our men. We always are steady, steady, boys, steady. We'll fight and we'll conquer again and again. Now, I want to talk about John's outfit for a second. And
There
John,
we go,
if you'd
John.
step to the side over here. John is a convert, okay? He was in the British Navy, and you can tell that by the way he's dressed. He has got his tie, he's got his white shirt, he's got his slops on, and so on. Okay, he got his vest. but we converted him. He's a pirate, man. You can tell that by his socks. Because a British sailor almost never had colorful socks. So that's what he did. Now, Patty reminded me of something that it's kind of fun. There's a lot of myths about pirates. One, did pirates bury treasure? No.
No.
One pirate did, and that was Captain Kidd. And he did it because he was trying to get enough money to marry this girl. And when he finally got enough money, true story, they captured him on the way home and they hung him. So it's real sad. They did find his treasure. It's the only treasure we know of for sure that was buried.
Otherwise, they blew it.
That's right.
They blew
Party.
every cent. Party, because tomorrow we die.
That's
You know?
exactly right. The other thing I wanted to tell you about, walk the plank. No such thing. That's a
It's
Hollywood
easy.
invention, okay? They didn't walk the plank. If we didn't like you, we threw you over the side or slit you. I mean, it was nice. We weren't as nice as walking the plank, so that was not true. Now, did pirates wear silver or gold earrings or necklaces or, did they wear jewelry all the time? Yes. The reason they did, two reasons. Just like with the red and the blue shirt, look, I have money. I'm not poor anymore. But the most important reason was that back in the day, most men and women could not swim. If you remember one of the tests for being a witch, throw them in the water, and if they floated or could swim, they were a witch. And if they drowned, they were innocent. That really was a test. What on earth? At any rate. So if John and I are on a ship and we fall over the side and drown, we were very superstitious. We believed that our souls would walk the earth, maybe end up in Davy Jones' locker, unless our bodies were given a Christian burial, which means put a plot in the ground, some words out of the good book said over us, and a cross over our heads. That's the only way it would stop us from walking the earth or ending up in Davy Jones' locker. So, if you're walking the beach, and you come upon me, old drowned me, this and this is payment to you to please give me a Christian burial. And people were, and it was good, this was actually good payment. This was more than paid for that. But people learned it was a real thing. If you took this and didn't do that, didn't do a Christmas burial, bad luck. Don't mess with the sayings about burying a pirate and giving him a Christian burial. That's right. So we have time for one or two more. And let me go ahead and we're going to do, oh gosh, that's fun. I do want to do Hall in the Bowline. I think that's good too. And let's do Man of War and Hall in the Bowline. Hall in the Bowline's second oldest song we sing, and it talks about the different parts of stuff you work on. And it talks about your girlfriends. Haul on the bowline, kitty, she's my darling. Haul on the bowline, haul. Haul on the bowline, kitty, she's a lovely gal. Haul on the bowline, haul. Haul on the bowline, Patty is a pretty girl. Haul on the bowline, haul. Haul on the bowline, the bully bowline. Haul on the bowline, haul. Haul on the bowline, so early in the morning. Haul on the bowline, haul. Haul on the bowline, Patty is me pretty gal. Haul on the bowline, haul. Haul on the bowline, we'll haul away together. Haul on the bowline, haul. Haul on the bowline, the long-tailed bowline. Haul on the bowline, haul. Haul on the bowline, me stomach is so very fat. Haul on the bowline, haul. And that was the traditional line that they would sing when the work was over. Your stomach is so very fat. I just think that's crazy. Now, the last song we want to do for you guys is called, shoot, where is it? I'll find it. Here, Man of War, straight after the Mermaid. Man of War talks about all the different jobs on a ship. And I want you to listen, because there is a quiz at the end. No, I'm kidding.
It's a test.
It's a test. So, we'll just do like Drunken Sailor. I'll start, then John and you, and we'll run through it like 3 times. So, you guys ready? Oh, I wish I were a gunner on board that man of war. Hey, Sam's gone away aboard a man of war. Pretty work, brave boys, pretty work, I say. Hop! John's gone away aboard a man of war.
I wish I were the topsman on board a man of war.
Hey, Sam's gone away aboard a man of war. Pretty work, brave boys, pretty work, I say. Hop! Sam's gone away aboard a man of war.
I wish I was the sergeant, not really, on board that man of war.
Hey, Sam's gone away aboard a man of war. Pretty work, brave boys, pretty work, I say. Hop! Sam's gone away aboard a man of war. I wish I was the cook on board that man of war. Hey, Sam's gone away aboard a man of war. Pretty work, brave boys, pretty work, I say. Hup! Sam's gone away aboard a man of war.
I wish I were the wobbly boy on board
Oh,
a man of war.
hey, Sam's gone away aboard a man of war. Pretty work, brave boys, pretty work, I say. Hup! Sam's gone away aboard a man of war.
I wish I were the powder monkey on board that man of war.
Hey, Sam's gone away aboard a man of war. Pretty work, brave boys, pretty work, I say. Hup! Sam's gone away aboard a man of war. I'm glad I'm not the skipper
Really?
on board that man of war. Sam's gone away aboard a man of war. Pretty work, brave boys, pretty work, I say. Hup! Sam's gone away aboard a man of war. Now, I don't know if you understand all our words, but most of the words, you know what a topsman is, and a cook, and a surgeon. Does anybody know what a powder monkey is?
What?
Powder monkey?
That has been where they put the powder in the cannons, right?
Oh, you're close. The great ships, the
Well,
powder was
you
stored
never hear.
all the way at the bottom of the ship because you didn't want to get fire to get to it. They had a very, very narrow opening, and you would pre-measure the powder in burlap bags for the great guns. And young men, 8
Or
years
a
old.
little kid.
Yeah, you're
Wait a
a
minute.
little bit
Wait for a
old.
minute. Just a sec. Just a sec.
Yeah.
Just a sec.
Okay.
I
okay.
promise.
Come on over. Now, stand here.
Just, we need you for a minute.
Now, you are actually a little bit bigger than most powder monkeys. Well, yeah. And most powder monkeys were like 4'6". She's 5'1", you said? Very
Oh,
good. You're
she's
taller
taller
than
than
your
I am.
wife. And where's my wife? Me nuggy nuggy. But anyway, her job as a powder monkey would be to go through that very small opening, find the pre-measured cannon, the powder, and pass it up through that small opening. And again, they keep it away from any fire they possibly can. So there's no candles down there.
Pitch dark.
They are working in the pitch dark and handing up this, and you end up covered in black powder from top to bottom. And if they survived, there are all sorts of powder monkeys that became first mates, lieutenants, captains. Unfortunately, the survival rate is about 50%, so that's not great. But thank you. Give her a
Thank you.
hand if you would. Thank you so much. Now, the other thing, have you ever heard of a loblolly boy? That is the surgeon's assistant. Loblolly is a gruel that's kind of like a watery porridge. And if you were sick, not wounded, sick on board a ship, it's what they fed you. They believed in, and the stuff they put in that they thought was medicine. They would put some black powder in there. They put some mercury in it sometimes because they thought, hey, now we know it killed you. And it was in the loblolly, and they give that to you to settle your stomach and help you make you feel better. But he had a pail of loblolly, so he was called the loblolly boy, the surgeon's assistant. So now you've learned 2 terms I bet you never knew before. Now, before we finish up, I do want to let you know, sales pitch, we have CDs for sale. This is Shanghai. And by the way, again, we're a 6-person group. You've seen 3 of us. There are 6 of us normally. This Shanghai, this is 17 sea shanties, all of them authentic. All the CDs are $10. This is Painted Green. It's an entire CD of Celtic, mostly Irish music. If you've ever heard us at the Highland Games or at St. Patrick's Festival, we always sing down there. We have a CD that is primarily Civil War music. All in music of both the North and the South. That's why we call it United in Song. And lastly, we have an old-fashioned Christmas, and it's just called an old-fashioned Christmas song. It's Victorian music of the period. So if you're interested, it's $10 when we take cash or credit card. But we want to sing one more for you. We want to do Blow the Man Down. And this, you talk about one that it just feels like a ship moving along, and it's fun. Jimmy, blow the man down, laddies, blow the man down. Way, hey, blow the man down. Blow the man down, laddies, blow them away. Give me some time to blow the man down. There's tinkers and tailors and soldiers and all. Way, hey, blow the man down. They all ship for sailors on board the Black Ball. Give me some time to blow the man down. Timmy, blow the man down, laddies, blow the man down. Way, hey, blow the man down. Blow the man down, laddies, blow them away. Give me some time to blow the man down. It's starboard and larboard, on deck you will sprawl. Way, hey, blow the man down. For kicking Jack Williams commands the Black Ball. Give me some time to blow the man down. Jimmy, blow the man down, laddies, blow the man down. Way, hey, blow the man down. Blow the man down, laddies, blow them away. Give them some time to blow the man down. When the black baller gets clear of the land, way, hey, blow the man down. 'Tis then you will hear the great word of command. Give me some time to blow the man down. Jimmy, blow the man down, laddies, blow the man down. Way, hey, blow the man down. Blow the man down, laddies, blow them away. Give me some time to blow the man down. And now me fine boys, we are round the rock. Way, hey, blow the man down. And soon, oh soon, we will be at the dock. Give me some time to blow the man down. Jimmy, blow the man down, laddies, blow the man down. Way, hey, blow the man down. Blow the man down, laddies, blow them away. Give me some time to blow the man down. Then all our hands will bundle ashore. Way, hey, blow the man down. Perhaps some will never to sea go anymore. Give me some time to blow the man down. Jimmy, blow the man down, laddies, blow the man down. Way, hey, blow the man down. Blow the man down, laddies, blow them away. Give me some time to blow the man down. I want to introduce the members of our group that are here today. And many of you know this. This is John McCall. He's our lovely tenor. Yay, John. He's a lovely tenor. And this is my beautiful wife, Patty. She's one of our first sopranos. Yay. First soprano, right. And of course, I bet you didn't know this, but I'm the bass. And I'm Jeff Bateman. So we're so glad to perform for you today. Do you have any questions about piracy or about sea shanties or anything before we wrap up?